Hello, my name is Jared Anderson with HVEA Engineers. Welcome to the public informational briefing for project number 876215, the Coal Hollow Road Bridge Rehabilitation over the Minisceongo Creek. The project is located between Anthony Marina Drive and Willow Grove Road in the Town of Haverstraw. Please feel free to pause the video at any time to review the information being presented or to make note of any questions you may have. This project is being undertaken by the Rockland County Highway Department, led by Charles Skip Vizzetti. The county has selected the consultant engineering firm of HVEA Engineers to complete the design of this project. Our firm is based in Beacon, New York, and is supported by staff in our Rockland County location in Chestnut Ridge. We will first discuss the purpose for this briefing, how to provide us with any comments or questions you may have, then take you through details on the project, such as background, objectives, technical highlights, process, cost estimate, and anticipated schedule. The purpose of this briefing is to make the public aware of this project and solicit comments and questions that you may have. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we are presenting in an online format. A public presentation of the project is also a requirement of receiving funding for the project. We hope to provide everyone with an understanding of what will take place and get a sense of the concerns you may have. In order to provide comments, please email Dan Quinn and Jared Anderson at the email addresses shown. If it is more convenient, you may also download the comment sheet you see on this slide from our website, hveapc.com, from the link labeled Coal Hollow Road Comment Sheet, and mail it to the address on the sheet or attach it to an email. Please do so by August 14th, 2020, so your comments may be reviewed in a timely manner. This briefing is not the only opportunity to voice concerns or ask questions. The public process is ongoing throughout the project, and our team is always available. Meetings can be scheduled with property owners who live near the project site. As noted earlier, this bridge is located on Coal Hollow Road between Anthony Marina Drive and Willow Grove Road. Here is a view of Coal Hollow Road looking east toward Willow Grove Road. The bridge is located between the red lines under the roadway surface. Note the temporary concrete barrier that is protecting vehicles from the steep slope behind it. This barrier was added when the slope gave way and the existing guide rail collapsed. Here is a view behind the temporary concrete barrier of the existing slope down to the creek. Here is a view of the bridge on its north side, where water enters and crosses under Coal Hollow Road. Silt and debris have collected in the first span over time. On a given day, water primarily flows through the second span until the water level reaches high enough to cross through the first span. Here is a view of the bridge on its south side, where water exits the bridge and continues on its way. You can better view the silt and debris that have collected in the first span from this vantage point. Here is a view inside the structure. Note the water leakage at each joint in the structure. Here is a close-up view of typical concrete deterioration and exposed corroding reinforcement due to water leakage at the joints. This project came to be when the Rockland County Highway Department determined that the existing bridge is exhibiting signs of deterioration that require repair efforts beyond the capabilities of county maintenance forces. The bridge rates a 5 out of 7 overall per New York State guidelines. However, there are clear areas of concern, including spalling, exposed rebar, cracking and efflorescence, which indicates water leakage. In addition, the northern slope along Coal Hollow Road has been eroding away over time during large storm events. As noted earlier, the slope eventually gave way and the guide rail protecting vehicles collapsed. This required the county to install a temporary concrete barrier to protect the drop-off close to the edge of the roadway. This condition will be remedied with the installation of permanent wall and new guide rail. The county applied for funding to rehabilitate the bridge and install a new wall through the Bridge New York program and received $808,051. Bridge New York is an initiative that is overseen by New York State DOT to provide municipalities with much-needed funding to repair or replace critical culverts and bridges. As a result of receiving Bridge New York funding, the project must adhere to all New York State DOT specifications and design manuals. The intention of the project is to rehabilitate the bridge in a cost-effective and timely manner. This will include removing and replacing the existing asphalt over the bridge, installing new waterproofing, repairing all joints, performing rebore and concrete repairs. The project will replace the eroding north slope with a permanent wall that is resistant to the effects of scour and undermining. The project will reduce future maintenance and repair costs. Guide rail will be installed following the installation of the new wall to protect the traveling public. The biggest challenge will be to complete the project in a timely fashion in order to minimize disruption to the residents and commuters that use Coal Hollow Road every day. The most effective means of maintaining and protecting traffic will be to utilize a temporary signal that allows for one lane at a time to cross the bridge. This condition will be in effect for a duration of approximately 3 to 4 months. Traffic will be on the south side of the road at first, then switch to the north side. In order to properly install a new wall along the north slope, it will be necessary to excavate nearly half of the roadway down to the water level. This will allow for a stable foundation to be built below the water level to resist scour and undermining. New clean fill will then be installed behind the wall, followed by a new pavement structure. The roadway will be protected with concrete barrier during these operations. It is also important to identify impacts to utilities early in design to avoid conflicts and delays during construction. HVEA is coordinating with all the listed agencies. To date, HVEA has performed several preliminary design tasks, from a topography survey to gathering existing utility information and soil properties. We have also performed environmental and cultural investigations to satisfy New York State DOT requirements. All information has been gathered to form a design report. The most current version of the report may be viewed on our website, hveapc.com, from the link labeled Coal Hollow Road Design Report. Here is an excerpt from the plans of the bridge rehabilitation and new wall installation. The bridge is to the right of center on the slide. The new wall location can be seen as indicated in red. In 2014, just over 2,000 cars used the road per day on average. This data is consistent with current day conditions. We also obtained all available police accident reports in the vicinity of the project for a recent 3-year period to see if there are any accident problems associated with the bridge. While there were 4 accidents over 3 years over this stretch of roadway, none occurred at the bridge. Since this project is in receipt of Bridge New York funding, it is overseen by the New York State DOT, in this case the Region 8 office in Poughkeepsie. The steps outlining the project process are listed here, from preparing a design report to construction. As noted, our next step will be to obtain approval to proceed with final design. Once we have had the opportunity to receive any comments or questions, we will compile the information into our final design report and obtain approval to move forward with the project. As noted earlier, the county received $808,051 from the Bridge New York program. Of that amount, $170,000 is allotted for design efforts, $570,051 is allotted for construction, and $68,000 is allotted for inspection. The current construction estimate is $911,000, which means Rockland County will be responsible for the balance above and beyond the $570,051 construction funding. The estimate is subject to change and carries a 20% contingency factor, as we are still in preliminary design. HVEA and Rockland County kicked off the design process on December 4th, 2019. Since that time, We have been advancing through the preliminary design process according to the schedule shown. Once we have received public comment in mid-August, we expect to submit construction documents in early September and receive final approvals by the end of October. The project is anticipated to be advertised for bids the week before Thanksgiving. Award of the project to the lowest responsible bidder is anticipated in mid-February. Construction will be completed sometime in 2021 and be done before the end of the year. Please note that this construction project will be combined with 2 other projects concurrently being designed by HVEA. The 3 projects will be combined into one contract. The sequence of these projects has not yet been determined. However, as noted throughout the presentation, this bridge rehabilitation is anticipated to take 3 to 4 months. Timing of construction will be publicized when available. On behalf of the Rockland County Highway Department and HVEA Engineers, I'd like to thank you for watching the public informational briefing for the Call Hollow Road Bridge Rehabilitation Project. If you have any questions, please refer back to slide number 5 of this presentation for how to provide comments.